Glasgow, and welcome to Winston-Salem Fire Department Saves. For many of us, it's not unheard of to imagine when a firefighter rescues a cat from a tree, but what is uncommon is a firefighter rescuing a cat from an actual fire and putting it on an oxygen tank. This fire department saves you're about to see involves a little girl, her cats, and an oxygen tent. The Rose family's home that sits on Westfield Avenue looks a little different on the inside 2 years after a fire broke out in their daughter Josephine's bedroom.
We were trying to air out Josephine's room. We hardly ever light candles, but that day I did, and I lit a candle in her room, and we will never know exactly what happened, but we think the cats knocked it over. We were just getting ready to leave for the Winston-Salem Symphony concert. My husband was playing in that evening, and I told the kids, run up and change your shirts. I just got home from Wake from teaching. We were eating dinner quickly, and I said, go change, you have to look nicer. And she screamed when she ran up the stairs. She's like, my room's on fire. And so I ran up and immediately said, kids, get out of the house, go down to the sidewalk. And I was screaming for the cats and calling 911, and thankfully within 5 minutes, you all were here.
When I first arrived on scene, I remember it not being very visible, so I couldn't really see the fire. I couldn't see any smoke. So my initial size up said nothing visible.
As I get off the truck, I'm kind of like looking around like the officer is, and I saw a little bit of smoke, so I immediately put the truck in pump gear knowing that we're probably going to have to pull a line.
Once the Winston-Salem Fire Department arrived on scene and the family was accounted for, Elizabeth made the firefighters aware that their cats were still inside.
After we kind of put the fire out, I was scanning the room. We were doing searches. I had a thermal imaging camera, and I briefly remember hearing like the meow of the cat. So I started scanning the floor with it, and I could see the cat laying there plain as day. I mean, it definitely wasn't like trying to run out. It was laying, like you could tell it was on its last breath, like it was really trying to survive. Without going into too much detail, it was just kind of like barely meowing, like lifeless almost. I immediately picked it up, got on the radio, told them I found the cat. I handed it off. The cat was still breathing, still alive, obviously.
Captain Kelly Jernigan met Jeremy at the door with an oxygen mask that's specifically made for animals.
We would put the hose to this, which would feed to the oxygen tank. We would put this actually over the nose and the mouth of either the cat or the dog. And this delivers high-flow oxygen directly to them. Most likely that cat wouldn't have survived if we didn't have this.
And the smile that lit up Josephine's face after discovering her cat Fiona had been saved was brighter than any flame.
My neighbors were like comforting me, and then my mom knocked on the door and they're like, they found Fiona, and I was like really happy. And I came out and the firefighter was just holding Fiona, and she was covered with really hot wax and from the candle. She was just like really scared, and like she had burns all around her belly, like they had to shave her fur off because of the wax.
And I'm glad, we were able to help them out, and that's a part of their life too, and that's how we treat the animals, as that's somebody's life, somebody's child.
The gratitude shared is mutual between this family and these firefighters.
I am very thankful for the firefighters. Yeah, they saved Fiona's lives, and then they helped us with our house.
It's awesome. It's a good feeling. I mean, any time that you can, especially with kids, make a kid happy, that's what you want to do. I mean, that's what we do. We're here to save lives, save property, and make everybody happy.
The Rose family is very grateful for the fire department for not only saving their home, but their pets as well. For the City of Winston-Salem, I'm Sarah Glasgow.